What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the Mania podcast. I'm joined with my guest this week of Mike D, host of Wrestling from the 313. What's up, Mike?
What up, though? How you doing?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good on this Friday. How about you?
Man, I'm just glad it's Friday. I got 2 days off. I get to chill, relax, watch SmackDown tonight. So, yeah.
We got another
I'm
busy
ready.
weekend of wrestling.
Yeah, definitely.
So, my first question to you, Mike, what made you choose the title Wrestling from the 313?
You know what? It's funny because when I was thinking about getting into podcasting, I actually wanted to call it the Too Sweet Podcast because NWO was my favorite faction all time. So I kind of wanted to kind of pay homage to them a little bit. So I actually was had did a couple of episodes or whatever, but I did it on that app Anchor, the little podcast app or whatever. I had did it on that, and I had stopped for a while just working and stuff going on at work or whatever, just being busy. And then I went on the internet and some just told me to look up Too Sweet Podcast. And there was a whole bunch of podcasts that had that name. And I was just like, nah, I can't call it this because it'll be just like everybody else's. So I went on one of those. I put in Yahoo, the podcast generator websites or whatever. And I saw something that said like wrestling from it was a different area code. So I was like, wrestling from the 313 just stuck to me. So I had asked people, I think I asked my sister, I had asked Crander Q, who's a good friend of mine from the Friends in the Square Circle podcast. And he said he liked it too. And it just stuck to me. So I said, I'm going to name the podcast Wrestling from the 313.
Yeah, I know Commander Q. Yeah, I've spoken to him. I've reached out to him a couple times. We're supposed to have some stuff coming up with him if we ever hear back from him.
Oh, yeah, definitely. He'll get back to you. And shout out to Crander Q, too.
So I'm guessing from the Wrestling from the 313, you're from Detroit.
Yep, I'm born and raised in Detroit. I love it. It's a great city. A lot of good stuff that goes on there. Our sports teams are doing well, and there's a lot of wrestling history in not just Detroit but Michigan. Pontiac outside of Detroit. That's where WrestleMania 3 was. SummerSlam was just here a few years ago. We've had numerous Monday Night Raws, pay-per-views down at Joe Louis, which is I wish was still up and running. Cobo Hall was another arena that was real popular back in like the 70s and the 80s, a little bit also in the 90s too. That was a real popular arena in our city, and it's just a great city, man. I love it.
I remember the last episode of Raw they did there. Triple H poked fun at it. He called it the last go with Joe.
Yeah. And then of course a couple weeks ago, Monday Night Raw was in Detroit, so I was there, and that was a great show. And like I said, it's a great city, man. Despite what people say, it has its bad areas, but for the most part, it's on the rise.
Two of the wrestlers I grew up watching from WCW, one from TNA, were Big Sexy Kevin Nash and Alex Shelley from the Motor City Machine Guns.
Yeah. Kevin Nash is from Detroit. Alex Shelley, he's from Detroit. Alex Shelley, before he got to WWE, I think he was doing independent shows in Michigan too. So I'm trying to think of somebody. Rhino has a promotion here in Detroit. They do shows here. So, and then also in the independent scene, Michigan is very big also. That's why I got to wear my shirt. Support independent wrestling. You get you get that shirt on Wrestling from the 313.shop.
I actually have one of your shirts that's hanging up in my closet.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, I have a Wrestling from the 313 shirt.
Oh,
I try to
thank you.
support all these podcasts out there that I follow.
I appreciate it. I appreciate
Uh,
it. I appreciate it.
yeah, I follow you. I follow you, Commander Q, Professor Bear, Joe Monroe, like all y'all. I try to support all y'all's brands.
Hey, much love. I appreciate that a lot, for real.
Like Joe Monroe, he's from right here where I live. He's from.
Kentucky, right?
I thought he was from Tennessee. That's what it said on his profile on his Facebook.
No, Joe is from Kentucky, if I'm correct.
Oh shit! I thought he was from Tennessee.
No. No, I think it's I can't think of the city, but yeah, it's Kentucky.
He used to do a lot of indie shows.
Yeah, yeah. I think he just retired earlier this year also. And Professor Bear, he went into the Kentucky Hall of Fame in July, if I'm correct.
That's a pretty big feat, isn't it? Going to any wrestling Hall of Fame.
Oh yeah, definitely, definitely. Hey, hopefully y'all can get there one day doing this podcasting, you know. Hey, we all
Definitely.
get there, you know what I'm
One of
saying?
my
We all get
main.
there.
I just don't want to be like some of these other wrestling content creators you see out there, like Santi, Con Man. I don't want to be like them.
Yeah. You know what? Just be you, man. That's all you got to do. It's just be you. Whatever you put out there, if the people like it, just keep doing it. But always, you know what I'm saying, just try to always come up with something new, you know.
I know with your logo representing basically the NWO earlier last month, we 2/3 of the NWO is now gone of the original NWO.
Yeah, yeah, it's messed up, man. You know, I think to hear that Scott Hall passed a few years ago, and then Hulk Hogan passed less than a little over a month ago. It's just it's messed up, man. You know, he was a legend in the wrestling business. You know, unfortunately, the controversy that came with it, I think that messed up his last years as being back in WWE, because it was like when he came back, and especially after COVID, when they were letting fans back in the arenas and stuff. You gotta remember that WrestleMania, with that first WrestleMania with the crowd, he got booed there also.
Mm-hmm.
So it's
I
just
know
kind
when
of
I know when Raw debuted on Netflix, he got booed out of the building.
yeah, and it's just sad, man, that's gonna be like his last image, in WWE.
Mm-hmm.
But he was one of the best to do it. He was one of my favorites growing up. I've been a wrestling fan since I was between the age of 3 and 5. I'm 43 right now. And I grew up watching them, you know what I'm saying? I remember when they had the ice cream bars, and I felt like I hit the lottery if I had Hulk Hogan, the ice cream bar, and then I had the little card that came in the box. My first wrestling toy was Hulk Hogan, you know what I'm saying? So, like I said, it's messed up, that he passed, but he was despite what he did, he was still one of the greats.
Kevin Nash has got to be really hurting right now.
Yeah. And then even like I think a little bit after Scott Hall had passed, didn't his son pass away too?
Cody?
No, not Scott Hall's son, Kevin Nash.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah. So Nash been going through a lot, man. You know what I'm saying? And then not just that, I think he's been having some health issues too. So
then one of his other friends, Buff Bagwell, he just had his leg amputated a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, I saw that. That's sad too,
It just all the heroes we grew up watching in wrestling are either having health issues or passing away left and right.
Yeah. But that's, I think that's just the body, taking all those bumps and stuff in the ring, and then
Oh yeah.
taking those drugs to to get rid of that pain, and
Hmm.
they getting addicted to it. So
Did you
it's
did you see the last image of Hogan? Like it was a couple of days before he passed away. I think it was a couple of days or a couple of weeks or so. He just looked so different.
yeah, yeah,
His eyes look
yeah,
like they're about to pop out of his head.
right. And then his face looked all red and stuff too.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
something, I heard something went wrong with his surgery. Caused. That's what I heard. Something went wrong with the surgery he did.
That I didn't hear.
So, what made you join the Wrestling Society Network?
You know what? Ever since I've been doing, started podcasting, and just having different guests on my show. When Professor Bear first came on my show and he came on and talked about WSN, we just ever since then, we always just kept in contact. If I needed a guest on my show and he was available, he would always come on. And they just saw me, putting the work in, putting out episodes and stuff, and we just kept a cool relationship. You know what I'm saying? And I had also had a chance to have Brady on the episode, and it's just always just been a cool relationship. So one day, Bear was on one of my shows. We were about to go live, and he was like, he just asked me, if I wanted to join, and I think it'd be pretty cool to, have that extra exposure,
Oh,
and
definitely.
everybody just cool, so it was a good thing to join.
Has your brand grown since joining the Wrestling Society Network?
Um, I would say it has. I would definitely say Facebook numbers have grown the last couple of weeks or so. Well, I would actually say at last couple of months, because I think when I joined them, I was around the 500 mark. Now I think I'm getting close to 700. I think I'm at 671 now. So that is I can definitely see a change in that. YouTube channel has grown, and you know this is just the beginning of what we gonna do and what WSN got planned.
Yeah, because I know I started out on Facebook doing my thing on Facebook. Then I switched over to TikTok at COVID. I started working on TikTok. I grew that to 5,000 followers. And then
Ooh,
this past year, I've been focusing more on building up Instagram. I'm almost at 3,000 followers there.
oh, that's what's up. So what have been some of your tips, or what are some of the things that you've done that have helped grow grow your brand on your pages?
Well, one thing I saw what y'all were doing with the WSN and some of these other groups, like what Commander Q was doing, like Friends of the Square Circle. He was making a network. How y'all are making networks of content creators. That's kind of what I did on Instagram. I just started connecting with other people and just making connections.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
when you like each other's stuff and repost it, like other people see it and you get more eyes on your stuff.
yeah, yeah. And that's been helping me also on TikTok, because I think my followers I think I'm over 600 now. So I got to get back into like reposting and making more content and stuff. You know how it be when you're trying to juggle work and a podcast.
I get it. I get it. Like I have another episode I have to do Sunday, so I have to edit this one, then turn around and do another one on Sunday. So it's juggling is a lot.
Oh yeah, definitely.
What would I see? Do you use StreamYard, correct?
Yeah, yeah.
Would you say the paid version helps a lot more than having the free version?
Oh yeah, the paid version definitely helps more. With the paid version, you'll be able to have your logo on your screen,
Mm-hmm.
and I think um, I think you'll be able to do like have other. It's certain other features where you could put images on there also, but I would say the paid version definitely helps, and it
That's
just
one of my
depends
goals.
on.
That's
Oh,
one
go
of
ahead.
my. I was gonna say that's one of my goals is to get some money put aside to start paying for the paid version every month.
Yeah, I would definitely say, and I know you would agree. Like doing this podcast and this stuff, you definitely gonna have to put some money into it. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, definitely.
That's whether that's with the headphones, the equipment, and just even using some of the little apps and stuff on social on the internet and stuff. Definitely that for sure.
Like I'm already put in at least a couple $100. Like I got this headset, I got my phone stand and everything.
Yeah, definitely.
Like the plan is when I get my income tax, because I don't know like where I live at is my rent's expensive, but when I get my income tax, I plan on buying a laptop and having to just and getting my desk set up and start using my laptop to do StreamYard.
Yeah, and because I use my phone too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I definitely want to get me a laptop too, so I could just check. I think StreamYard got way more features when it's on the laptop.
Mm-hmm. I used to use Streamlabs, and it was just such a pain to use.
See, I never used that. I always stuck with StreamYard because everybody always used StreamYard. So I was like, it seemed like that's the best one. So I'd just try that out, and it's been cool.
I didn't start using StreamYard till this year. Someone else told me about it this year, and I started using it.
No, that's what's up. And then another thing too, I think with the paid version, you'll be able to like use images like if you want to put your logo or you want to create like a layout or something for your background. I think they do that too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's something I'm definitely wanting to do. Um, how long did it take you to start getting merch set up and sold?
Um, you know what? How long did it take me? Because it like I would do it in spurts. I would think of something and then I would get like all the colors and stuff set up. And
Mm-hmm.
I think when I had started, it took me a couple of months because then I was always thinking about different colors for the logo. And then recently I had got an NWO version of the Wrestling from the 313 logo created. So yeah, it took me about a couple of months. I would say anywhere between like 3-4 months. And I got it set up on StreamYard. Is not why I say StreamYard, Spreadshirt, Spreadshirt.
Spreadshirt. Okay, I use something called Printify.
Okay, I've heard of
Yeah,
that too.
I've had a couple. I've had 2 or 3 customers so far, like buying shirts and stickers.
Oh, that's what's up. I'm have to check it out.
Who would you say would have to be your favorite guest you've had on your podcast so far?
Mm, mm. Wow, that's a good question. I would say my episodes that I do with Joe Monroe, Professor Bear, and Sam. He's the newest member of WSN. He's the co-host of the Sample Chance podcast. They talk about wrestling and boxing. I would say my episodes with them, just because we just it's kind of like a round table. I like to call us when I have all of them on the show. I like to call us those episodes the main event roundtable, and we
Yeah.
just talk about different topics in wrestling, and it's just like you hearing good perspectives from different people, and we just have a good time. And those episodes are actually some of my most viewed episodes too. We the SummerSlam Night One episode that I did with them. It got 100 views. That was the first Wrestling from the 313 episode that got 100 views. So I was happy about that. I would say them. I would say My very first guest, that was Crandall Q. I would say Ian Douglas. He's a author. He does a lot of wrestling books. I think my episode with him was cool. Um, I like all my episodes though. I think all my guests have been very cool guests. I have I just good conversations, and I still talk to some of them, now and then. And we just we just all show love and just just support whatever we got going on.
I would have to say I didn't want to make this a big thing tonight, but this is actually my 10th episode of my podcast. So I would have to say right now this is my favorite.
Oh, well, thank you, and congratulations on your 10th episode, man.
I didn't think I was gonna stick with 10 episodes. I didn't think I'd get to 10, so it's something for me.
Hey, you know what? Keep going, because my SummerSlam episode, the night one episode, that was actually my 50th, and that,
That's
like
amazing.
I said, that yeah, and I didn't even think that I would get this far, So I would just tell you, man, just keep putting in the work, just stay consistent. Always give yourself a break, though. I will tell you that, because there are gonna be times where you're gonna get burnt out, and you just need to relax. I did that the last 2 weeks of July. I took a break. I feel good. I feel refreshed, and just enjoy this, man. Have fun, and when you keep doing this, you're gonna make more connections, and small doors gonna open up for you. So just keep doing what you're doing, man, and congratulations.
So, you said you did a SummerSlam watch along, right?
Not a watch along. I kind of did like a preview prediction show before like the actual SummerSlam pre-show came on. So it was like, yeah, I did it at 3:00, and it went off about, I think the first episode went off at 4, and then the second one, the one we did for night 2, we did a preview of night 2, and then we reviewed night 1. So that one was a little longer.
So you did a pre-show, like you covered the pre-show SummerSlam night 1.
Yeah, it was kind of like a pre-show. Yeah.
Okay. So on the episode during the pay-per-view weekend, is it different from doing one just a regular episode?
No, it's not really no different. We just talk about the matches. You know what I'm saying? Give our perspectives on the matches. We do our predictions and everything. I feel like it's pretty much the same thing. I think it's a little. I think I like the PLE shows that I do, the preview shows, because it's like it's a Saturday. People are kind of on YouTube, and then it's like right before wrestling come on. So I think I like those just because it's that buzz, it's that SummerSlam buzz.
Oh, definitely.
But for the most part, I think they're pretty much the same.
But you would say that you get more views on pay-per-view weekends than you would like during the week.
Yep.
So have you collabed with anyone else outside of WSN?
Oh yeah. And some guys from my guys from Detroit, the Holy Shit podcast. I've been on their show a couple times. Shout out to them. The Sports for You podcast with John and Trail. They represent Cali. Who else I've been on? Triple Threat Wrestling. I've been on their podcast. I'm trying to think. It's been a lot. Snug Wrestling. I've been on that podcast, and I think that, and then of course, Friends of the Square Circle. I've also been on Mayhem Tainment, Mayhem Media. I've been on a few of their shows, and yeah,
I've checked out Mayhem. I've checked out Mayhem when they're into the barricade and all that.
Oh, okay, yeah, because I know they've been doing a lot of they do a lot of PLE prediction shows.
Mm-hmm. Holy shit! That the guy that hosts that, doesn't he have? Isn't he going through chemo right now?
I think so. Yeah, A from DET. Shout out to A.
Yeah, I saw that. I I saw that on his Instagram. I'm like, I didn't know he had cancer.
No, I didn't either. I didn't either. Yeah, I was just on that show a couple of last month, a little bit after Hogan passed. I think it was that same weekend.
Yeah, I
And
saw that
I
on
was
Instagram. I saw them showing you love on it. Yeah, I saw that.
yeah, that was a real good episode. I think that was probably like one of my favorite shows that I was a guest on. You know, just I think for me, just collabing with with people from Detroit, and then just being in that studio atmosphere. You know what I'm saying? I think that was pretty cool.
Oh, definitely. An in-person studio is a whole lot different than doing this right here on StreamYard.
Yeah. Which, but you know what? We got to do what we got to do, man. You know what I'm saying? As long as we entertaining the audience, and that's all that matters, man. You know,
Oh,
you getting
definitely.
you getting good feedback from people. That just motivates you to keep doing it, man. That's all.
So, is there anything coming from wrestling from the 313 for the rest of this year, next year? Like anything we should be looking forward to?
Um, Honestly, just I'm just gonna keep doing episodes. I was doing a lot of back to backs, but starting next week, I'm just gonna be doing shows on Tuesday at 8 o'clock. Be streaming on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch. And yeah, that's just really it right now. You know, just doing the show, connecting with more people in the IWC, and just seeing where it go, man. That's all.
That's my plan. Like right now, I have guests lined up for the rest of August, September, and October. But when like November gets here, I'm gonna start going. Just do one episode a week. That way, I don't burn myself.
Yeah, yeah. And I would say before you go back to one episode, just give yourself a break, man. You know what I'm saying? Just don't, I would just tell you, just give yourself a break. Still do, content and stuff like that, like shorts and
Mm-hmm.
all that cool stuff. But as far as like episodes and stuff, just give yourself a week break or whatever, and you'll be ready and refreshed.
Oh, yeah, because I do have a co-host, but it's just he had to miss this episode. But I do most of the behind the scenes stuff. I'm the one that does a lot of the behind the scenes. I set up the studios. I do all the editing afterwards, and it's a lot.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I would definitely, yeah, because I haven't gotten to the editing part yet. So, when I just do my shows now, I just go live, do the live stream, and whatever happens. But thankfully, you know what I'm saying, a lot of the shows that I've had, they've been good. There's been times where, guests may have lost the signal, whatever. I think it happened to me a few times. But things happen, but as long as the shows were entertaining, I was cool with that. But yeah,
Oh, definitely. Uh,
appreciate it.
if you had to say anything to someone who's going to watch this that is trying to get into content creating or is already a content creator, what would you have to say to them?
Um, mm. Say that question one more time.
Like, if someone was going to watch this after we end the live and they're like a wrestling content creator, sports content creator, any kind of in the content creating world, and they were like struggling and you had to give them some advice, what would it be?
I would just say do it. I would just say do it, man. You know what I'm saying? Because the more you have that doubt, the longer it's gonna take. And I had to tell myself that because I was the same way. I didn't want to see myself on camera when I had started doing this and putting stuff on social media. But like I said, there's gonna be some people that's not gonna like what you do, but there's gonna be a lot of people that's gonna like what you do. You know what I'm saying? There's always gonna be a few bad apples, but it's like I said, as long as you putting stuff out there that's entertaining and people like what you do, you gonna keep doing what you're doing. So, like I said, anybody that's struggling with starting a podcast, putting a first TikTok video out, YouTube, whatever, just do it. Just do it. That's all I would say.
Well, Mike, I definitely appreciate you coming on tonight and giving us a
Oh,
little bit
no
of your
problem.
time.
No problem.
I'll
And
definitely.
once again, congratulations to you on your 10th episode.
I appreciate it. I look forward to having you on the podcast sometime down the road.
Oh, definitely. And I definitely got to get you on the episode of Wrestling from the 313.
Well, I want to thank everyone for tuning in tonight to this episode. As always, I'm the original mogul, Mike Weldon, and this has been Mike D from Wrestling from the 313. Good night.
Peace.